Hello, folks. Welcome to Pro Trader Strategies. My name is Eric Wilkinson, and this is Spotting the Trade. I'm going to try and get you to know what you have to have before you go. All right. So, with that, geez, I don't know what's going on today. Mouthful of marbles. With all that being said, let's get on with some economic data, see how that's impacting the markets, and then try and talk about some option strategies to give us some coin in our pocket before we get that big move to the upside. All right. So anyway, that's what we're talking about here today. We're getting CPI. What is that going to do to the overall markets? CPI is expected to come in a little bit hot. Remember, this is the consumer price index. That's what you and I are feeling. They'll also strip out food and energy from this number as well to give us a little bit more of a finite number to determine if that inflation is transitory, because food and energy are a fluctuating beast there that can sometimes increase in price across the entire data point here. So they pulled that out just to kind of see if inflation is really going to be here to stay. And, folks, I think that that's going to be something that really is a point of contention here at this time. All right, so let's get on with it. Let's talk about the overall markets. Not a whole lot of economic data today. Everybody has really been keying in on this week. The earnings numbers coming out. We talked about this yesterday. About 75% of the earnings releases so far have been better than expected. Tech sector really kind of dragging right now, folks, as it has had that big run up over 2021. We are now starting to see those type of companies correct a little bit more. But first, let's talk about crude oil here, making a move to the upside back into the 90s. I was hoping we were going to see a little bit of a pullback here, at least to the mid 80s and hopefully to the 70s. Driving demand from the manufacturing sector is going to be something that holds this market a little bit more buoyant than other times. As just a technical thing, this has actually got some fundamental analysis behind it there. Bonds, pretty much unchanged. I talk about it this week. Everybody is kind of sitting on their hands, waiting to see how the earnings kind of shape up here at the end of this season here. Now, gold is back into our trend channel. I would be looking at the purple line here as a support now. This is a nice little trend, 45-degree angle about. So that is something we're going to keep an eye on moving forward. Upside is where the risk is in gold going forward. And I would even say that for Bitcoin. We're kind of flagging out here. Anytime you get these big pops and these stair steps like this, these aren't opposing dojis here. These are just stair stepping up. I feel like the pop is about to jump on this one. We're kind of toggling right above the 50-day simple moving average, but I could easily see a nice big green candle behind the way that this chart is setting up here in Bitcoin. All right. That means if we're starting to get those kind of moves, we're watching some consolidation happening over here in the Dow Jones Industrial Average as well. As you can see here, getting a little bit of a top here. I wouldn't expect necessarily a pullback to the point of control at this point. It looks like the target is looking for the value area high, kind of get these shorts a little bit uncomfortable by pressing that line in the sand there. So I think we're going to start to see the Dow Jones continue to move a little bit higher, as they are the ones that were lagging all of 2021 for the most part here. All right, we've got the NASDAQ here with our trend channels. I think this is 2017 trend channel, 2018 trend channel. Look at that. Those two lined up perfectly and created, or actually a trend line and created a trend channel on that. So we've also got this big negative trend channel here. We'll watch that kind of shape up. I haven't extended this bottom one because I was expecting us to kind of trudge up along the old trend lines from 2017 there. All right, E-mini S&Ps coming up shy of the 50-day simple moving average there. As a matter of fact, we've got a bit of a tweezer top here. If the rest of the equities are going to pull higher, I think, like a rising tide lifts all ships. I would not expect a pullback in something like the E-mini S&Ps when it's starting to look like we're getting ready to pop in the other equities. But the economic data that starts to come out, if we start seeing that really shape up to be good data points saying that the economy is strong, then the equities could start to see more of a rollover here again because of the taper tantrum. They want to get in selling before the Fed comes in with that big book of assets to sell. You'd be pretty smart or wise to get in front of that and then buy it up when they start selling it again, right? So breakdown, E-mini S&Ps, nice rally into the day yesterday. We were talking about this consolidation for the most part overnight near the highs. Again, not really any directional move here as of right now. For the most part, we're talking about these tensions with Russia, the Ukraine. Still not really sure how the Omicron variant is going to affect our economy. I don't think it's really slowing down. I think most folks are just kind of blowing it off. They're thinking that they've gotten their vaccine and this isn't supposed to be as bad. So it's really not going to slow down their lives at all. The other thing I want to talk about was Coca-Cola. Look at that. I hope everybody jumped on board with this, getting short in Coca-Cola. I don't think we're going to see 62 anytime soon, but we should see probably a 59 print and maybe even possibly test this value area high here with that 59 even trade. 59 is just trading, breaking that 60 is what I was talking about with seeing a 59 print. And that's about it, folks. That's all I got for you. A little bit of a quick one today. We're going to be doing a webinar later this afternoon. I'm going to show you how to do the straddle with no downside risk. We'll build that out. I'll show you how to go step by step, building from simple concepts to real life examples. By the end of it, you guys should have a solid understanding of what we're talking about there. All right, that's all I got. If you can't take that, take it easy.